Good morning, Otherworldies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. How's everyone doing today? Well, we did our 100th episode on Sensational Delights today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. For those of you who did not catch our live, you can catch it again. It is recorded, so everybody can check it out. We did our 100th. Astral and I were together on the show, so go ahead and check it out on Sensational Delights. If you guys had not seen our light bulb drinks, I'm going to show this to you. Check this out. Yeah, we got these at the Enchant. So if you haven't seen this yet, the light's still going. And when the battery runs out, this is the drink that we got our his birthday drinks in. So we can buy another battery when this light goes out. So we can always have these drinks with the lights going. Anyway, so we can always celebrate and have these drinks light up whenever we want to. So these are pretty neat. Here's the little Enchant logo on it, and here's the light drink. Anyway, these are just so great. I just wanted to show you guys. So I wanted to get into more. He was talking about things that you can do to level up your life. We're talking about going into 2023, with an upgraded life. Okay, he was talking about ways to save money. He was talking about ways to upgrade our lives. He was talking about relationships, things that we could easily give up, things that we could do to make our lives a little bit better. All right, and we were also talking about friendships. We're talking about relationships and toxic friendships. And I wanted to get into that a little bit deeper, okay? I want to do a little bit more of a deep dive into that, because we are covering a lot of topics on a show, and I wanted to give a little bit more details. All right, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Here's a few things that your friends are being a little bit toxic. And when I talk about friends, and we were talking about that a little bit on a show, there's a difference between friends. Okay, we call too many people friends, and they aren't our friends. Okay, they are classmates, acquaintances, co-workers, workmates. Okay, just people we say hi to, neighbors. Okay, people that are friends of friends, people that we just hang out with. Okay, do you know what a friend really is? It's someone you can trust. How many people in your life do you really have that you can trust? And I really want you to think about that for a moment, because realistically, we can't trust a whole lot of people. And I want you to keep it real with yourself. You don't know a whole lot of people you can really trust. And realistically, we can't trust a whole lot of people. You might want to sit down and think about, how many people are you really telling your business to? Think about it, because they might know somebody that you don't want in your business, and they might tell them. All right, so you might think, is this person really your friend? Should you be telling them your business? Okay, so we were talking about that on Astral Show. That is one thing you might want to keep in mind, all right? Now, what a friend really is somebody that you want to help you grow as an individual. You want this person to help you become a better version of yourself. A friend is someone sort of like your life partner, but they're somebody who helps you grow, okay? They're somebody who helps bring out the best parts of you. So you want to be able to come to that person and feel like you can be yourself. You want to say, hey, I want to start a business. I want to go back to school. I want to write a book. Okay, I want to do this. I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to do this, do that. Hey, can you look at this for me? What do you think of this? I want to do this or that. All right. You want the person to be honest with you, but you also want the person to be positive. Okay. You don't want somebody who's kind of stomping on your dreams, right? You don't want somebody who's negative about everything that you want to do, right? So you want somebody who's kind of on your side and kind of, you don't want somebody who's going to lie to you and tell you, oh yeah, you should really do that when you really shouldn't. But you don't want somebody who's going to just be negative about every little thing you want to do. All right, because some of us have great ideas, okay, and they should be encouraged. If you have somebody who never wants to hear anything you want to talk about, all right, that's a red flag. Okay, so you know how there's red flags in relationships? Okay, there's red flags in friends too. Because sometimes you're doing things you really shouldn't be doing. Some of your ideas are not the greatest. Sometimes you're taking risks you shouldn't be taking, okay? But there's some people that just don't want to hear about anything you want to do, okay? Some of your ideas are good. Some of them are kind of, but some of them are really good. If that person just never wants to hear any of your ideas, and they always change the subject, it's not your imagination, okay? You have to wonder if there's a little bit of envy, all right? If they're just kind of, maybe they aren't the biggest idea person. Not everybody's an idea person. Some people just kind of play it safe, okay? Maybe some people wait to be told what to do by other people, or they just kind of have dead-end jobs, or they just don't know how to take risks. And here you are going, you know what, I'd really like to launch this idea, or try to do this thing, or get this business loan, or do this great thing. And then your so-called friend changes the subject. All right, because they would never have the initiative, or the drive, or the courage to do something like that. They're changing the subject because they would never even dream of doing something like that. Okay? But a real friend would go, that sounds fantastic. I think you should do it. Or better yet, can I help? Can you bring me in? Can I get in on it? You know what I mean? So a real friend would really be on board and want to help you, or at least encourage you. Like, not all your friends need to help you and be on board and do it with you, but they can at least encourage you and maybe even throw some ideas at you. I mean, not everybody's a creative thinker, but they could at least go, hey, that's kind of cool, you're very creative, or wow, that's neat. Or if they think maybe, it's not doable, they can go, okay, well, try and see if you can get a business loan, or they can, I don't know, if they go, well, I liked your other idea about the blah, blah, blah better. Okay, they can try to say something positive. But if they're changing the subject all the time about every little thing you say, they're just, it's because they're miserable inside. I mean, they could have some envy about you, okay, but it's something about them not liking themselves, not liking where they are in life. Some people feel like they got an unfair deal in life, okay? And it's not that there's something wrong with you. It's the way they feel about themselves, right? So they can't be emotionally present for you. They can't be a real friend. They're just sitting there going, why don't I ever come up with ideas like that? And they're just waiting for their turn to talk. And then they just kind of sit there and think about something to talk about, something that happened at work, about how they were running late to work and they forgot to do this or that, or they want to complain about their spouse, or they want to do something, and you notice this person has a hard time listening to anything you have to say. Okay, so that's another red flag. with a toxic friend. They never listen to anything you have to say. And it's not just those ideas and those things you need to be excited about. We're talking about boundaries. All right, you tell them, I don't like when you do whatever. When you talk about whatever, like they talk about their relationship. You tell them, hey, it really hurts me when you talk about your abusive spouse. Can you please get out of that relationship or stop telling me about it? Well, they won't stop telling you about it. You go, let me help you get away from that person, or can you just stop telling me? Well, they won't stop telling you about it. Okay, I mean, I get really, really triggered when I hear things about people and their narcissistic relationships. It bothers me too much. And when somebody is really obsessed with their narcissist and they won't stop talking about it, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to hear any more about it. When people vent to me about the same things every single day, I just don't want to hear it anymore. I just, my cup is full, you know what I mean? But when the people just will not stop obsessing and talking about it, and those people just don't want to stop talking about it, they're not listening. They're not being very, they're being toxic. I mean, they're in a toxic relationship and they won't stop talking about their toxic relationship. And I'm telling you, everybody has problems in their romantic relationship. But when they're in their toxic relationship and they won't stop telling you about it, here's the thing. If you're in a toxic romantic relationship, don't burden your friends with it. Go to a counselor, okay? Because only that counselor can help you figure out what's best for you. And what kind of boundaries you need to lay down in your romantic relationship, whatever you're doing wrong there. Okay, because you obviously need to tell that person no, or you need to do something, but I can't tell you what to do. And I won't. And honestly, I don't want to hear it. It bothers me too much. Okay, if that person doesn't have boundaries when you say no, you can't come to my house, okay? My house is a TV studio. You can't come to my house. My house is a studio apartment as well as being a TV studio. You never know when we're going to film. We film live shows at my house. And it's a studio, literally a studio apartment. This is a TV studio. You just can't come knocking at my door at any time, okay? We do live shows here. And I had this so-called friend that she kept trying to drop by, and I told her, you can't do that, you know? And so, you know, she wouldn't know the address, and she kept texting me and asking the address, and I kept telling her, no, I'm not going to give you my address because you can't come over. You know, she didn't want to accept that. And I don't understand why, because I kept telling her, no, you can't come over. Why would somebody keep doing that? It's, let me explain something. When somebody has been traumatized, they have control issues, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's with a romantic partner or with your friends. You have control issues. People like that will show up to your house early or want to meet somewhere else than the agreed upon spot. Or they'll want to come over when you don't want them to come over. They will find ways to change meeting times, places, try to come to a place you don't want them to come to, and that sort of thing. They will try to invade your boundaries. They will try to find a way to invade your boundaries every single time. They have control issues because they don't have boundaries. And they don't have boundaries because they had childhood traumas, okay? It's not your job to fix your friend, okay? Because we've all had bad stuff happen to us when we were kids. All of us have. All right, to what degree? It's been different, okay? None of us have had perfect childhoods. All right, but one person's trauma differs from the next person's. Like, some people have had these wonderful childhoods, and I'm like, really, tell me all about that. But some people have had trauma that's affected them differently, that's made them kind of like a control freak. And those control freaks don't want to hear your no. Okay? So they will try to do little things to avoid hearing you. Okay? Like that one friend, it would go in one ear and out the other. Okay? And you can say, well, she probably has inattention issues or something like that. No, it's control issues. Okay? And people are like, is she trying to come over and rob you? Is that what's... No, it's she just has control issues because she has trauma. And that's the way she acts out. Okay? So this particular friend, I won't let her, change meetup times and places and come over and do things. And I won't let her call, whenever she wants and do things like that. So then she starts posting things on my Facebook wall. And I don't know if you've ever had a situation on Facebook where somebody posts something on your Facebook wall and gets you suspended. Okay, that'll happen. If you call somebody a name on Facebook, like one of my friends called somebody a silly goose. Yeah, a silly goose. And he got his profile suspended for like a month. Silly goose. Yeah. Not an effing F. No, a silly goose. Okay, well, she was not liking my memes and writing N-O and N-O-P-E in capital. Every letter was a capital letter and stuff under my memes and that sort of thing. And I finally had to block her and block all her kids and everything like that, so she could not go through any of their profiles and message me. And I had to block her number and all that kind of stuff and tell all my family, don't give her my address or try to, tell them, you misplaced my address. Just kind of play dumb if she tries to get to me through you. And they're like, oh, okay, we see. We notice she doesn't have boundaries. They were, they picked up on it. And it was pretty, it was becoming apparent because I had started complaining about her. I said, yeah, she's getting really bad. And they said, yeah, we noticed she's pretty out of control. And I said, yeah, I just noticed no matter what, with this particular person, there was always a boundary situation. You'll notice with some people, you always get this impending sense of anxiety. Like, with some of your friends, you're always going to have like a little talk with them whenever you see them. Like you're an adult and they're a child. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have to, you feel like you're going to have to outsmart them because they're going to pull some fuck shit. Yeah, I had to say it like that. They're going to pull something. So, you're going to have to tell them no, and they're going to try to pull something anyway. If you have people like that in your life, why are they still in your life? You're a grown adult. You probably have kids of your own, right? Well, then why do you still have people like that in your life? You're raising your kids, or maybe you already raised your kids. Why do you have people like that in your life? I'm serious. I mean, we are going through so much right now. Life is gotten so complicated. Why do you have ridiculous people like that in your life still? I mean, it doesn't matter how long you've known him. Life is too crazy. I've just realized that I can't have any craziness going on. I can't have anybody making problems. I can't have anybody bringing drama. I can't have anybody I have to tell not to do anything inappropriate. Any grown-ups. Like, it's one thing to tell kids that's not appropriate. But when you have to tell somebody who's a grown adult that's not appropriate, when you have to tell an adult that, something's wrong. They know better. They're doing it on purpose. So, in 2023, just know, if you're getting anxiety when you see that person because you know they're going to do something, just get them out of your life. I mean, once I blocked that friend, I felt this like sense of relief coming over me. And you know what happened after that? I was able to be that much better of a friend to all my other friends. I was more emotionally present to my good friends because I was like, I stopped being so worried about that friend. I was like, now I don't have to worry about that friend. Now I'm not tense about that friend. Now I could pay attention to like the nice friends. And now I could be like, I can listen without distraction to my nice friends, my decent friends, my friends that like weren't crazy, my friends who had boundaries, my, nice friends. Like, sure, I'd like to meet you at the coffee shop. What's going on in your life? How can I be supportive? Tell me how I can help you. Sure, I'll come over. What do you need? Really? Yeah, I can listen to you. What's going on? What can I do for you? I can be there. And I found that I was less, with this other friend, I was just resenting that she was in my life. And I'm thinking, I have a choice who I can be friends with and who I can't. It's okay. It doesn't matter how long you've known that person. If they're being inappropriate, you don't have to be friends with them. And you can tell mutual friends, even if you have to word it this way, I don't think I can be friends with that person right now. And you can use the words right now. You don't have to say, I can never be friends with them ever again. You don't have to say it like that. You could just say, I don't think I can be friends with them right now. And once I stopped, being friends with her, once I let her go, I started looking up old people I hadn't seen in a long time and reconnecting with them. Because she wasn't in my way. I was like, how have you been? I haven't seen you forever. It's really nice to see you again. It's nice to talk to you. Because that other person just wasn't distracting me anymore. And it was so nice, I was so glad about it. And, and I was thinking, wow, that toxic friend, I mean, she never wanted to hear what was going on in my life. And, I've been having some issues, some things that were bothering me from the past, and I don't burden people with them. I go get help for them because I don't annoy people with it, right? So I went to therapy. I was talking to my therapist. I said I'd like to work on my communication skills. I would like to, talk about things that were bothering me from my past and iron those things out. And I said, and by the way, I had this toxic friend that I had to, block, delete, and basically get out of my life. And she goes, oh, that was really a healthy decision. What was going on there? And I said, well, I had this going on and that going on, and she never wanted to hear about anything that was going on in my life. And I said, I basically described the friend, and my therapist goes, you know what? She goes, she was envious of you. And I said, why? My life is really hard. Because she has no reason to be envious of me. She goes, people like that think their lives are worse than everybody else's. And I said, everybody's life is hard. I mean, I'm not saying my life's any harder than anybody else's, because everybody's life is hard. Everybody's life is hard in a different way. Like, some people are struggling financially. Some people have stuff going on in their past like you would never know, because they don't come out and talk about it. Like, some people go around and like try to make you feel sorry for them, and then like other people just keep it to themselves, so you would never know. You know what I mean? But she goes, but this particular person sounds like she thinks that she's gotten the rawest deal of all, right? And I go, well, everybody goes, everybody has something bad going on. We're in a pandemic. And we're all suffering. We're all like not being able to be around our families like we want to. We're not, it's hard to be employed right now. There's a lot of things that are hard right now. And she goes, yeah, but she's feeling sorry for herself. She thinks she's getting the rawest deal. And I go, but we're all getting a raw deal right now. She's not the only one. She goes, yeah, but she feels like she is. I was like, wow. She goes, yeah. She goes, she thinks you're luckier than her. And I'm like, oh, she does she? That's nice. She goes, yeah, she says she just sounds like she's an envious person. I go, so she's basically a hater? She goes, yeah, she's a hater. I said, I did the right thing. She goes, oh yeah, you did the right thing. She said she didn't want to hear about you because she can't get out of that hater mentality. She doesn't want to show empathy towards you because she just can't stop being a hater. She just can't go, oh wow, like she can't be happy for your sobriety. She can't be happy for your relationship. She doesn't want to hear about your grandchild. I have a grandchild. She doesn't want to hear about him. She doesn't want to hear about my relationship. Even though she's been married for years, she doesn't want to hear about my relationship. She'll just change the subject. She doesn't want to hear about my grandchild. She'll just change the subject. Crazy, right? She doesn't want to hear about YouTube. She doesn't want to hear about anything that I'm doing. She'll just talk about her job. It's just insane. It's just too... She's just someone who just wants to talk about herself, and she doesn't want to hear about anyone else. But she'll want to talk about like someone else we know. She'll change the subject and go, well, how so and so? Like, she doesn't want to hear what I'm doing. It's too crazy. And she goes, yeah, because she's envious of you. And I'm just like, and I was trying to show her my YouTube channel and all this stuff. So that would be funny if she's watching this one. Yeah, she's not interested. But it serves her right I'm talking about her. But let go of toxic people. You'll be so much better off. I'm telling you, I did, and I'm just like, oh, so much better. Feels so much better, you guys. Yeah, so I really hope this was helpful. And you guys have a blessed day. And if you ever think you should let go of a toxic friend, the answer is yes. And you guys, I love you all, otherworldlies, and I will see you in the next content. Bye-bye.